Greetings. If you're new to the channel, my name is Candice Sanderson. I want to welcome everyone. As this year, 2021, winds down, I've been reflecting about this year. And as I've done that, messages arrived about what's in store for next year, 2022. I would love to share this with you. It's a short message in a quick video. Kindness matters. This is something that the messengers had suggested as a mantra for me for this year. If you receive my newsletters, you know this is how I usually sign off, with thoughts about kindness and how important it is to remember to use kind words. When we are immersed in a conversation, whether it's online or in person, it doesn't matter if we agree or disagree with the other people's positions or beliefs, as long as we respond with kindness. Sometimes you wonder, how can you be kind when you're confronted with strife and conflict on the streets of our own neighborhoods, on social media, or on television? Well, first of all, you don't have to try to be kind. There's an easy fix, a hack that anyone can do. The answer is smile. That's it. It is that simple. And here's a little secret. You don't have to feel like smiling. You just need to smile. Force it. Force your lips to curve upward. Make your eyes crinkle into a smile. But then you notice something. It's almost magical the way this works. You see that forced smile, that fake smile, it becomes real. It becomes genuine. So my answer is smile. That's it. That's all. But what happens when we smile? As a psychologist, I remember this. Your brain chemistry reacts to that simple act of smiling by releasing neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin and endorphins, and they absolutely flood through all those cells in our bodies. As these chemicals blast through our cells, they reduce stress. It elevates your mood. It enhances your immune system, lowers your blood pressure, and it reduces pain. But here's the thing, it's not just for you. There is a ripple effect. I've now learned to view life through the lens of energy, and I have a better understanding of this domino effect. When you smile, what you've done is you've engaged the energy of your heart. And the messengers have told me time and time again that the heart is a portal to those non-physical dimensions, to those realms where our angels and guides hang out. When you smile, you've just allowed your heart's energy to expand into a field or a bubble of energy. And this bubble surrounds your physical body, and here's the ripple effect. It affects everyone who comes in contact with you. For those of you who have read my first book, The Reluctant Messenger, the messengers talk about the POE, the point of existence. It's our awareness. Most of us go about our lives with our POEs resting comfortably in our physical bodies, but we can learn to expand our POE from a dot, a single point of energy inside our body, to a field, to an expansive field of energy. And we do this through the heart. Here's how. When you take a deep breath, then you look for that POE, and you will eventually find it. So what you're doing is searching for your awareness. It's usually hiding in your body, so much so that most of us think that we are our physical bodies. But as soon as you see it, now that may not mean initially seeing it, it might be just kind of knowing or thinking you know where it is. But as soon as you locate it, then think of you, your awareness as a dot, that point of awareness in time and space that represents you. When you found you and you see, or pretend to see, because it really doesn't matter whether you believe it or not, you've just taken a major step because you have become the observer. And in order to be an observer, you have just expanded that POE, that point of existence, from a small particle to a field of energy. And from there, with practice, you can help that POE continue to grow and expand. But I digress. Let me get back to smiling. That jump starts the process. And we then become aware of this beautiful bubble of energy that surrounds us. And suddenly we realize all those little things that were bothering us, well, they just don't seem to be as important anymore. When you naturally take a deep breath and you look around, you realize you have a different perspective. The sky is a little bluer, the air a little fresher, and everything around you becomes a little brighter. So that was my mantra for 2021, kindness. Using kindness as your compass to navigate those sometimes turbulent waters of life. What's in store for 2022? I recently posed that question to the messengers, and this is what I received. Your life is eternal with unlimited power and strength. Know this is true. Accept your divine nature, for you are part of all that is. As soon as these words floated into my awareness, I had a vision and I saw this huge, complex machine. And I knew intuitively that this represented consciousness. We are not separate entities in consciousness. We are very important parts of this machine. And if you don't believe that, take a few random nuts and bolts out of any machine and you'll see what happens. The machine breaks down. It no longer functions. And although many of us think that we are separate and that our little lives don't matter, we're wrong. We do matter. We are very important aspects of that machine called consciousness. We help keep it running. It would not work without us. That's how important we are. I say this not from ego, but to let us know how significant each one of us is. We are aspects of the whole. When we understand that, it's easier to see our role that we have in this machine called consciousness, awareness, the divine, whatever words you want to use to describe this unity of all that is. So let me get back to the message and let's learn about what's in store for 2022. The Great Awakening continues to unfold. Many humans upon this earth plane will awaken to the truth that we are all one. We will see humanity as brothers and sisters holding hands across the nations of this great blue-green planet. Eyes will open, bringing clarity of purpose. As humans wake from the deep slumber which has held them for eons, their greater nature will unfold like buds that unfurl into beautiful flowers. Abandon your ego. Allow the divine seed from within to grow. Allow your divine nature to surface. Know your importance to all that is. As these words entered my awareness, I had this aerial view. I was peering at the ground through this filter of white, fluffy clouds. I saw a time-lapse movie of seedlings growing. I saw them push up through deep, rich soil, and they continued to grow. And then buds formed. They were everywhere, covering every square inch of the land below. These buds began to unfurl like flags waving in the wind, and millions of blossoms came into view. They were different sizes, different colors, different textures. Hills, valleys, desert plains, mountainsides. Everywhere I looked, I saw this gorgeous patchwork of flowers. And as usual, tears streamed down my face as I witnessed this. And I realized this was just a beautiful rendition of unity. Then words from my very first message back in August 2013 came to mind. And I realized once more, we are the flowers. We are the flowers of energy. We are the fuel for this great machine called consciousness. And then an image of Glinda. Do you remember Glinda, the good witch from the Wizard of Oz? Well, she just drifted into my view, and she was like floating down in that beautiful dress that she wears inside this huge orb. I saw her smile, and then those words of wisdom that she shared with Dorothy. Remember when Dorothy wanted Glinda's help to return to Kansas? Glinda told Dorothy that she had the power all along. We are the ones wearing those ruby red slippers. We are in control. We can tap them 3 times and say there's no place like home. And in doing so, we've set our intentions. We've just programmed our GPS to home. Home. Our home is not this 3D life on earth. It's our source. It's where our angels and guides reside. It's where our spirit, our soul, our essence originated. It's where we will return when our physical bodies drop away. But we have the option to tap into that divinity now as we use our hearts to find truth. When we travel the day with kindness and gratitude, as we plant smiles on our faces, we become flowers, flowers of energy from the divine. We begin to understand our true nature. It is sacred divinity. When we recognize and embrace those higher vibrations from our angels and guides, that's when we realize, that's when we know that we are not separate. We are important aspects of all that is. This is what's in store for next year. This awakening, this great awakening to the divine power, the knowledge of unity, the knowledge that we are all one. So what a beautiful year we have ahead. Embrace it, love it, acknowledge it, smile. And with a smile on your face, tap your ruby red slippers 3 times and find your power. But what's most important to remember is to be kind. There's a lot of strife and conflict in today's world. I guess there's always been, but it certainly seems more pronounced these days. I'm not advocating that you isolate yourself and ignore the 3D world. After all, that's what Earth School 101 is all about. That's how we learn lessons in life, by navigating those twists and turns. Nor am I suggesting that you put on your superhero's cape and find a cause to fight for. I'm suggesting that you meet everyone and anyone with kindness, and you'll see results that often feel magical and divine. Whether you agree or disagree with the other person's views really does not matter, as long as you just remember to respond with kindness. It's about finding a balance between our 3D lives and our lives as spiritual beings. Balance, but you know what? As I say that, I'm getting cold chills. Okay, this is a heads up. I'm just getting a heads up that balance will be my mantra for next year, 2022. Finding a balance in life that honors my truth while maintaining kindness. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love for you to comment, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and may you sail through these holidays with bliss and kindness. I wish each of you a new year filled with love, good health, lots of laughter, and balance. Until next time.